latest iPhone. She said, "Do you like my new phone? I can give you my old one if you want. It's still better than yours." She wanted to make me jealous, but I didn't give her the satisfaction. I put on a smile and said, "Awesome, enjoy." But I was really pissed. I was still using my dad's old phone, while my mom bought Melissa 2 new phones in 2 years. And the one she just got was the iPhone I'd been dreaming of. My mom complains about money all the time. She always says she has nothing left after paying the rent and the bills, but when Melissa asks for something, nothing else matters. I found out that Melissa went to her in tears asking for a new phone. Mom had to borrow money from a friend to buy her the newest iPhone. I was thinking about this that night. Suddenly, I jumped to my feet. Melissa needs Mom, but I don't need anyone. I can buy my own phone myself, I thought. I went online and started looking for part-time jobs. After searching for a while, I figured out that it would be best for me to be a dog walker. It was fairly easy. You pick up the dog, you walk it, and then you drop it off. The dog's owner would pay you for the time you spent with the dog. I love dogs very much. This is a great gig. I'll make money and have fun, too, I said to myself as I wrote down the phone numbers from the ads. I started calling next day after school. The first person I called had already found a dog walker. I called the next number and a woman answered. I told her I was calling about the ad. She told me to come over. I went to the address, which turned out to be an optical store. The woman I had talked to met me at the door with her dog. She gave me a frisbee and said, "Honey, please wear this monster out. He needs to release all his energy. He's been following me around all day." The dog's name was Max, and he couldn't sit still. There was a park nearby. It was clear that Max loved the frisbee. He couldn't keep his eyes off it. I threw it to him. He jumped really high and caught it. Then he brought it to me. I noticed something while playing with Max. He was only able to catch the frisbee about half the time. I thought he should be able to catch it more often. Even though he jumped really high every time, for some reason he was missing a lot of my throws. I started watching him closely as I was throwing him the frisbee. Again, he missed it a few times, but I'd figured out why. He had to squint because of the sun. He couldn't catch the frisbee because he couldn't see it well. The name of Max's human was Zoe. As I was dropping Max off, I told her about what I saw at the park. "You own an optical store. If you can find a pair of sunglasses for Max, we can try them on him tomorrow. That way the sun won't bother him and he'll catch the frisbee every time," I said. Zoe smiled. "Sunglasses for a dog? I don't think Max will like that very much, but I'll try to find something," she said. The next day, when I came to pick up Max, he was wearing sunglasses. Zoe said, "What do you think? These are actually for kids, but they fit Max perfectly." I secured them to the back of his head with an elastic band. Max looked kind of funny, but I was sure this would work. I took him to the park. Thanks to the sunglasses, the sun didn't bother him anymore. He caught the frisbee every time. More importantly, he was so much happier than the day before. I took some videos of him. I showed them to Zoe as I was dropping him off. She was really surprised. "Those sunglasses don't bother him at all. He seems really happy," she said. That night at dinner, I told my mom about it. She said, "Jada, this is the most ridiculous idea I've ever heard in my life. If that poor dog could talk, he'd tell you it was stupid," and laughed. Melissa laughed at me as well. I was really upset. I said, "Sorry, my fault. Why would I ever tell you anything?" and got up from the dinner table. After school, when I went to pick up Max again, Zoe said, "Jada, can you come in for a minute? There's something important I want to talk to you about." I was curious. We went to her office. I couldn't imagine that this conversation would change my life.